Next, we'll take a look at the different types of relationships that are available in the data modeling thing. Okay. And the relationship is also called as a cardinality. Okay. So the most of them, they get confused with the term cardinality. Okay. Cardinality is nothing but relationship. There is another meaning to it. Okay. The term cardinality is used in two different places and it has two different meanings. Let us not worry about the other places when it comes to or in the context of data models, right? So the cardinality refers to the relationship between two tables. Okay. So what are the types of relationship? We'll start understanding the types of relationship, and then followed by this, we'll take a look at the active and inactive relationship. If possible, we'll try to cover the rest of the topics. And first of all, what is relationship? Relationship is filtering. As we have seen yesterday on the last session, relationship is a filtering. Okay, what are the what is a cardinality? Cardinality is analogous to, or it's it's same as relationship. Okay, these two terms are same. Okay, but some people, they use it interchangeably. Some people, they call it a cardinality. Some people, they use the term relationship. There are four types of relationships when it comes to data modeling: one to one, one to many to one, and many to many relationship. Okay, so what is one to one relationship? Why don't you give me an example for one to one relationship? It's something like Aadhaar number, Aadhaar number, Aadhaar number, or passport number. Your passport number, these are all unique, right? For each citizen will have only one Aadhaar card. Okay, each Aadhaar number will be assigned to a single citizen. Okay, the same thing is applicable. Each person or each citizen will have a unique passport number. Your passport number is not same as mine. Your Aadhaar number is not. So this is one to one. So next one is, what is one to many? What is one to many? Why don't you think and tell me what is the difference between one to many? Employee and project. A single employee is working on more than one project. Okay, let's say you're studying in a college. A student can work on more than one project as part of their, the final semester, right? Student, and in this case, the employee and project or entities. It is also called the entities or tables. Okay, so a single employee can work on more than two, or working on two projects at a time, would be considered as a one-to-many relationship. And next one is, another example is, a car manufacturer produces many car models. Here, a single manufacturer produces more cars. N is many, okay, more cars, more than one car, right? And then the next example is, customer can order more than one item, and many to one relation. This is just opposite to one to many. So many to one. So in this case, more than one employee is working on a project. Let's say you joined with Accenture and you are working for Walmart customer. This is a single project. In this project, multiple, employee one, employee two, multiple 20 employee, 20 people, 20 developers are there. A single project can have 20 staffs or employees working in it. A single hospital can have multiple practitioners, doctors, more than one nurses, more than one doctors. These are the examples for many to one, right? I'm talking many to one is something else. Multiple employees. This is, it's opposite. Okay, so more than one employee is working in Walmart project. Okay, and more than one nurses is working in a hospital, doctors working in a hospital. These are the examples. The other thing is more items ordered in a single order. Okay, it's just the reverse of one to many. Okay, and many to many relationship. What is many to many relationship? Multiple records in a table are associated with multiple records in another table. In this case, more than one employee can work in a single project, and a single project can have multiple employees in it. Right. So, or put it this way, right? So more than an employee can work on more than one project. A single project can have multiple employees. Each project can have multiple employees. So this is a simple example for many-to-many relationship. Okay, so this is one of the commonly occurring relationship in the real-time scenario. We need to treat this kind of many-to-many relationship. We cannot simply implement the many-to-many just like this. Okay, so you need to have something called a bridge table. With the help of bridge table only, you can implement many-to-many relationship. With the help of the bridge table only, you can implement. So look here, this is the employee table. Sorry. This is the employee table and this is the project table. In between, I have a link table, link or junction table. This is called my junction table. To implement many-to-many relationship, we need to have a link table or junction table, without which you cannot implement it. Now the question is why the link table is required. For example, in the employee table, employee ID is the unique key. As I discussed in the last session, you cannot have duplicate values in the employee ID. Okay, so this one should be unique. Only then you should be able to uniquely identify which Rajendra, this guy, and how this Rajendra is different from that Rajendra, right? So if you have more than one employee, can also have a similar name. With the help of the employee ID only, we can identify, hey, this guy is 101, this guy is 103. So this guy is working in some project, this guy is in another project. On the same project, two employees can have a same name, but the employee ID is different. With the help of their employee ID only, we can differentiate this guy is different from this guy. Hence, it should be unique, right? Okay, so in this, for each employee, you can have only one record in this. Similarly, for each project, you can have only one record in it. Fine. If I ask you, hey, I wanted to, let's say this is the situation currently you are in as a data analyst. I am the manager. I don't know anything about data modeling or any Power BI data analytics. But all I need is, I wanted to know, I wanted to have a report wherein the employee name and the project name. Okay. I want these two information to be printed in a report quickly. So in that case, to get the project name and e-name, you need to join these two tables because the project name is available in this table. This column is available in this table, whereas this column is available in other table. These two columns are available in two different tables. In order to get these two values and get printed in my report, I need to join these two tables. To join these two tables, I need to have a common column between these two tables. But unfortunately, I don't see any common column between these two. E-name is different from project name. Employee ID is different from project ID. Hence, I don't have common column between these two tables to extract the information and share it with my manager. The e-name and name, project name, right? All the employee names and their corresponding project name needs to be printed. I don't have any common column between these two tables, hence I cannot join it. So that is where we are going to create a table called junction table. The junction table, what we do is we take this column and we put it here, and we take this column, we'll put it here. We will have the unique key columns from both the tables. And what we do is, if you look at here, see this one employee Rajendra, he's working on more than one project, right? So hence this employee ID can be duplicated here. But in this table, employee ID is a primary key because this employee ID is coming outside of this table. From this table, it is coming. But in this table, employee ID is the primary key. But in this table, employee ID is the foreign key. For this table, employee is the foreign key. because the keys are coming outside of this table. Similarly, project ID is the foreign key because the project ID is coming outside of this table. In this table, the project ID is the primary key. Okay, now you might be asking this question, why can't I have a project ID here? If I have the project ID here, what will happen? See, this guy, 101, look here, is working on more than one project. SCA 01 and RA01. He's working in SCA01, RA01. Two different projects. This guy, SCA01 and RA01. So can I store it like this? And 102 is working on SCA01. This is fine. But a single column should not have multiple values in it. It is violating first normal form. It is violating first normal form. So only way out is, okay, I'm going to remove this. I'm going to keep only one thing here. I'm going to put one more 101 here, 101 here, and I will put Rajendra, again full big name, and again RA01. But if you put, what will happen? Again, it is violating the normalization rule. You cannot have duplicate values. 101, 101 is a duplicate value, right? So it is not accepted here. So what is the way out? The only way out is create a link table or the junction table. And here you can repeat the values more than once because it's a foreign key need not to be a unique key column. So you can have, you can repeat the same value here, 101, because this guy is working in two different projects. 101 is working this project, 102 is working, 102 is SCA01. So project ID, we have used it here, employee ID also we used it. With the help of these two, we can get the information of these two, we can get employee name and project name from these two tables with the help of this one. By joining this table with this table and this table with this table, we can get the employee name and project name in one shot. Okay. So now you understood the importance of having a link table. When it comes to many-to-many relationship, in the interview, they ask you, what is many-to-many relationship? Many-to-many relationship occurs when multiple records in a table are associated with multiple records. You can give the same example. For example, an employee can work on more than one project. And similarly, in a single project, more than one employee can work on it. This is an example for many-to-many relationship. In this kind of situation, we need to have a link table or junction table. With the help of the junction table only, we can implement many-to-many relationship. Got it? So, okay, now what I do is I'll jump into my Power BI desktop. This is very important concept, and the demo what I'm going to give, you need to watch it very carefully. Look here. Here I have imported city data. And actually, I have three tables here. I'll just show you. Look here. Actually, I have only two tables. Sales and city data is there. But I want a report should have, I am expecting a report to be printed like this. See, I have a table called sales one, and I have a table called city data. If you see here star and star here, it has a many-to-many relationship, right? So this side of the table you have star, this side of star, table you have star, many-to-many relationship, we have it here. Okay. So in that case, in this kind of situation, we cannot implement it directly. So we need to introduce a what table? This is called your junction table or link table. Okay. Because in order to get an output like this, you cannot directly, because in both the tables, the key columns, for example, here state and state, both of them are having duplicate values in it. Okay, both the tables, you have duplicate values in it. Okay, so here in this case, here we in this table we don't have duplicate values, whereas here you have duplicate values, and here state you have duplicate, whereas here you don't have duplicate values. One to many should be there, but here both the tables, the state column have duplicate values in it. In that kind of situation, you need to have a bridge table. You can say like this also. Anyhow, instead of directly jumping into many-to-many relationship, first of all, I want you to understand what is a relationship is all about, how we can create a relationship in Power BI desktop. We will go step by step, and then so ignore these two things at this moment. We will start with simple tables. For example, I have imported, I have loaded the data called sales one, and see, using get data, you can do it. Okay, so you go to your desktop. I don't know, do it loading and all because it takes time. So you know, you're already familiar with loading the data, right? So sales one, I loaded it, and city data also I loaded into my Power BI desktop. These two were actually CSV files only, city data and sales one. Initially, I was having only these two tables, and there was no relationship link got created with this. Okay, and there was no link created with this. Or else I will open a new one. I will demonstrate. Sorry, from the beginning, you can see it now. Sorry, I remove this for the time being. Takes a lot of time here. Something is going on. It will take a lot of time. Okay, let it be there. So at this moment, you ignore that. Okay, you just think, we don't have, and I just go and see city data. Look here, I loaded. So any of this is not required. I did not do anything. It shows one to one, right? It shows one to one. I just go here and see sales one, what value we have it. And here we have state called CAA. But here state column, I could see duplicate values here. Because in the multiple people from see more than one time, right? Multiple customers, they would have ordered from the same state, right? So CA, one guy ordered internet 60, and internet sales was 60, and store sales was 80 in California. In Texas, this is what thing, okay? And here we have duplicate value here. And if you go to CT data, here also we have the same thing, duplicate values, okay? But each state have more than one city, hence state values repeated, and population, and each city in the corresponding state, what is the population? Okay, and this is what the data we have it. And next one, when you see here, it shows it's kind of actually one to many. Okay, by the default, it shows something like this. And when I just double click on it, it will open something like, look here, one-to-one instead, if I can give many to many, both. See, it gives you some message. The relationship has cardinality many. They should be used expected either, right? So it's a many to many only. Look here, there's a many to many relationship only actually. And if I keep the cursor here, oh, city, it takes into account of the city. So that's why it was showing earlier. Los Angeles. Okay. What I do is, see, I will just leave it. No. Single, right? It's not one. Yeah. So one-to-one was there. Earlier we were having this, right? The moment you loaded the data, we found something like this. But when you keep the cursor here, we can city and city got linked here. I just change the relationship. Instead of city, I just say state and state. But state and state have duplicate. Look here, the moment when I selected these two columns. So what I am doing here is, for these two tables, the common column is state, right? In order to say that, I need to select the corresponding columns. The moment when I selected it, this coordinate has many to many. Look here, because see in this table, the state column has duplicate values. Similarly, here you have duplicate values. Only when you have, wait, if I do like this, see, this is a many to many. By default, it is a many to many. If I use state column as a common column between these two tables to join it, it is a many to many relationship. But you cannot do the many to many relationship. We cannot use it just like this. Okay, it will not work. It will not do the filtering properly. So what I am going to do is I'm going to use another table called state one. In the state one, what value is there? I'm going to see here. Yeah, in the state one column, I have the state and city value in it, state and city, and those kind of thing is there. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some kind of data cleaning, because this is one painful thing. Click on this one, use first row as it is. State city, look here, now it is perfect. I just go back and say okay, now I gave the proper name for the column names. Now automatically the state and city got linked with this table. This is a bridge table. Okay, and this bridge table I created it. So we need to create the bridge table. Look at state table. I created manually in the Excel file or the CSV file. I put the state name and the city. Okay, for all the records, the corresponding thing I put it here. State and city name I put it there. So now we could see one-to-one, one-to-one. And if I remove this, what will happen now? So I want to create a report, something like this. I'm going to use a okay. Here I just bring in the state. The state should come from state here. This is a bridge table. And the bridge table, I'm going to bring in the city here. And then the next one is the sum of sales. Okay, 60, 80, 100, 790. Okay. And then I wanted to bring in the population here, sum of population here. So what is wrong here? It is not doing proper filtering here, right? For population. See, this is my bridge table. Bridge table is able to filter because one-to-many relationship, fine. But since I brought in sales here, what happens, right? And these two tables are not able to filter correctly, okay? And here the population, we are getting something, the sum of population, sum of city data, right? This is sum of city data and sum of sales one and city state. Okay. So what is the problem here? So how can I, but still, even after creating the bridge table, it is not working correctly. So what could be the problem here? So what I am going to do is, because here we are using both state and city. Okay, I just remove city now. Let us see what happens. Even after removing the city, right, it is not showing correctly. The filtering is not happening correctly. I just go and select the city here, and immediately after state, I put city here so that we can refer it quickly here. I just simply copy paste this one. Next, what I am going to do is, in this table, this is the bridge table, right? I just go here and better let me just go here, and because we have both state and city, hence the filtering is not happening correctly. So in this bridge table, I'm going to create a new column, custom column. I just, what is ampersand here? What is ampersand? Type it in the chat window. Ampersand is to combine these two values into a single column. Okay, please remember this. And then next one is, I'm going to do the same thing in other thing also, city data. Here I'm going to add a new column. This is one approach, okay. And here I just, this is advanced concept, okay. Please remember this. Sorry, please follow whatever I teach, concentrate here. Custom column. Similarly, I do state sales one. In sales one also, I am going to have something else called custom column. Ampersand, double quote, and ampersand and city. Done. Okay, we are on CL Los Angeles. Everything is fine. And CL Los Angeles, everything is fine. And I just go and say close and apply. Next, I just go here and I just go and change it. See here, see if you link a city, it is getting linked, but a state column, you have duplicate values, right? So the filtering is not happening correctly. But since I combine these two things, right, it is different things altogether and unique key. And I just do like this. And between these two tables, I'm going to change it this way, custom, and I just give okay. Now let us go and take a look at here. Look here, now it is doing the proper filtering. Earlier, it was repeating 14.33.30, right? 14.30. It is doing the filtering correctly now. So here, what I did, instead of using a single column between between these two tables and between these two tables to link it, I created a composite key column. How I created it? So I found the city and state column is common here also, and here also, and here also. With city, state, and city column, it forms a unique key. Look here. In California state, only one city is there, Los Angeles, right? And in California city, only one city by the name of San Francisco is there. That is the truth, right? We are doing aggregation, okay? And Texas, the state name is Texas, the city name is also Texas. Let's think that way, okay? So this value is there. Hence, if you use, if you have the combination of these two values, if you concatenate or combining these two columns in a single column, and if you create a relationship between these two concatenated column values, right, you are able to, it does the filtering correctly. This is one approach. There is another approach that I'm not going to discuss it now. Anyhow, we will discuss it later point in time. Now you understood how to create the composite key. How do we create a composite key? By combining the two columns, single column. So how did we do that? Using ampersand sign, right? And then what we did, we have created, we change the relationship. Now custom is nothing but the combination of city and state, and this one holds, this custom holds the combination of city and state, and even here also this custom holds the state and city. Okay, so hence I created a single column which holds the combination of city and state, and if I link this one with this custom and this custom with this custom, it is doing perfect job. Okay, this is how you can see, but the pretty straightforward thing is state and state, you can combine it, state and state, you can combine it, you can take it. But here we need a report something like this. We want the city along with state name, and then we wanted to know the population and sales, but the population is available in the many side of the table and sales is available on the many side of other table. Now with the help of this, one second. I did not open it, Epic Pen. With the help of that bridge table, we are able to filter both the many side of the tables. Many side of the table, okay? And some student, what they did, look here, when you select this visual, what is this visual? This is called your table visual. When I selected this visual, from which all tables, which columns that I used it here, you can see it on the right side with the tick mark. Wherever you can see the tick mark, those are the columns I have used it here. Okay, that's all. And the next thing is, okay, so here, sales and city, look at state comes from state table and city comes from city table. Okay. Now the question is, can't I bring in the state here? Can't I bring in the city here? Why should I, use this one, bridge table? See, if I bring in the state here, let us see what happens. And if I bring in the city from here, it is doing perfectly now also, right? It is doing perfect job. Ideally, it should be like this. Okay, you should use the bridge table thing. Okay, and using which we are filtering these two tables. Okay, this table can filter because one to many, and here one to many, right? So you can do, but in our case, it's all one to one happen. So fine. This the way of you can print this is how you can generate the reports in that format. So initially you have noticed, right? So when I when I did not select this table, what happened, these two tables got linked with the city column and not city. When I used a state column between these two, right, it created a many to many relationship. With many to many relationship, you will not be able to filter it. I will show you that one also now. Because in this table, for example, I'm going to use state table, state column. So this is what our state initially. Forget about the custom column. Look here, yes, cardinality many, because the state column you have duplicate. In this table, sales one. In this table, city data, we could see that the CA are duplicated here. Hence, it shows the relationship as cardinality many. So if I click on OK, what will happen? Still, it will get create a relationship. Look here. Here on this side of the table, we can see star. On this side of the table, we can see star here. Now, if I go back here, and if I see here, what happens here? The filtering is not happening correctly. The total values repeated across the rows. Here also total population, repeats across the rows. It is not filtering the sales and population for the corresponding state and city, right? But if you see, this is how it should have done the filtering, right? But it did not do the filtering that way. It is not able to do the filtering because both the tables, state column, have duplicate values in it. Hence, if you use the many-to-many relationship, you cannot do the filtering. Many-to-many relationship is not doing the filtering correctly. That is the reason why we need to have the bridge table to do the filtering. So this table can filter this table, and this table can filter this table. Hence, you can have the combination of those two into a single file. In this case, I just simply, how do I, one second. So one more thing is, so how do I create the relationship between the tables manually? Look here, keep the cursor here and just drag and drop it on the target tables column. In this case, the custom, right? Sorry. I think mistakenly I created, sorry, if you want to see the relationship, you click on this thing, state and custom. See state, state and sales one, right? Sales and these, okay, custom and custom, right? This custom and custom should get created. And then this custom and this custom. Simply you can drag and drop it. So drag and drop it. But if you see here, bi-direction relationship, right? We can see the bi-direction. It goes, the arrow is facing on the right side. This arrow shows on the left side. This is called bi-direction relationship. That we will discuss it a little later in the next session. If I discuss everything in a single session, it will be confusing. So you understood when I use the state column in both these two tables, and when I create a relationship, it was showing that it was having a many-to-many relationship. With many-to-many relationship, I was not able to filter the data correctly. And okay, now the question is, let me do one thing. Even in the state table, even in the state bridge table also, we have duplicate call values here. Ideally, here you're not supposed to have duplicate values. Since we are using city column also along with state, so the combination of these two forms the unique key. CA Los Angeles should not repeat more than once. Here the composite primary key is, see, in real-time scenario, we don't use all the time only single column as a unique key. Sometimes you will have a more than one column also will consider to create a primary key. Primary key can be created with a combination of more than one column. So in the state of California, Los Angeles should be there only one time, right? Similarly, California, San Francisco, each city, the city name will be unique within each state. That's true, right? Okay, so hence we need to combine these two columns into a, we need to combine these two columns, and we say, okay, the state table in this case is having a unique value in it. So, but how do I combine these two? This is one way of combining this custom. Now the assignment for you all is, you take this one, and then what you do is, in this state table, it's a bridge table, or I will just do one thing, I'll give some meaningful name. So what you do is, you need to remove the city from here. All the tables, right? You remove the city, keep only the, the state. But here you can have duplicate values, and sales one also you can have the duplicate values in the state. Remove the city in all the tables, city column. Okay. And what you do is, in the bridge table, you need to have only unique value. CA only one time, TX only one time, W only one time. Okay. And remove the custom column also. Okay. So in this table, you need to have only state column. It should have only three values: CA, TX, WA. And city data, you remove the city column, custom column, and then sales column, you remove the custom and city, and you need to, now you need to create a report wherein it should show in each state what is the total population, what is the total sales. That you need to show me that. Okay, that is the assignment for you all. Okay, you try it out. It's already 10:30. What we will do is, we will continue this session next Monday. Upcoming Monday we'll complete. We will continue it next week. Make sure that you are going to be available, because we need to speed it up, because we are falling far behind. We'll try to finish up the training at least by third week of August month. Okay. Since I need all your cooperation, we'll try to increase the duration also. Okay. 9 to 11, 9 to 11, 9 to 11. Okay. So that we'll try to finish up, because this is important concept. I don't want to rush. If I rush it, you will not be able to understand. That is the reason why I just slowed down, and I wanted you to try it out the same thing. Okay, why it shows one to many? Custom column, 1 second, let me just go here. That is the problem. Custom and custom. See, it is confusing, right? If you see here, it shows custom, the relationship. But when you click on it, the bridge table and sales one, you see the custom, right? Connect only. One to one. It's not one to many. Earlier, some confusion was there. Okay. Yeah, you need to be very careful. You need to concentrate here. In the real time scenario, if you think something else, and if you do, it'll throw error. End of the day, you'll spend whole day, day and night in the office and breaking your head. See, now I just share this with. See, I directly showed the complex part, and I'm asking you to start with the simple one. Remove the city from all the three data set. How will you remove the? Simply go here, right click, and delete it. Okay. But here you will have duplicate values. Okay. Where in the sales one and city data, bridge table, state column, you're not supposed to have duplicate data. Okay. So, and then you need to print the report from all the columns, all the tables. State name should be there, sales and population. The sales comes from sales one table, population comes from city data. Right? So except city, but you should get the output something like this. That is what I needed. See, this is what I needed. 60, 80.90, yeah, 0.4, right? This is what I needed. Just try that out. Okay. And this is, and I want you to share it tomorrow itself with me. Okay. Okay. Any questions so far? Okay. Since you don't have any questions, I'm going to wrap up the session. We'll share this report file shortly to you all and start practice it. And I will share the video also. Okay. Don't worry. Good night. See you on Monday.